Yeah? Okay, you're drawing materials, everything? Good, okay. So second, sorry. So we'll start with 30-second poses, okay? Great. Ten seconds left. Draw fast. Great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, sorry, I need to stop. Okay, can I just say something? Is that okay? No, I'm fine. I just need to. Okay, I got food poisoning last weekend, and I went to one of my favorite restaurants with my parents, and I was really thrilled because they really liked it, even though my dad is a super picky eater. But when I got home later that day, I actually just threw up everything I ate. It was really gross. And so I thought, I don't want to complain at this restaurant because, again, I love this place, but I thought I should let them know what happened just in case the same thing happened to somebody else. So I actually went by there earlier this evening. It's on Alvin Street. I don't want to tell you which place just because it is well known and back in it. So I went there and it was not very busy. And the manager, so one of the managers actually came in and spoke to me. He was sweet. He was about my age, late 20s, early 30s, and kind of attractive that you usually see being hired at restaurants. Yeah, he was very nice. And when I told him that, I thought I had food poisoning, he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. What happened? How can I help?" And then I said to him, I told him I'd thrown up everything, and he said to me, "Sounds like a great way to prepare for bikini season." Yeah, and I mean, I can take a joke. I really can. If one of my friends had said that to me, I would have laughed it off and come back with some seriously inappropriate comment in return. But I had known this guy for all of 3 minutes, and in that one moment, he had reduced me to a woman, to the type of woman whose main priority is looking good in a bikini. Even if it means throwing up a meal she just enjoyed. And it's funny because I'm actually in the middle of planning a beach vacation, the first one in years and years, with a really good friend of mine. And I have to tell you that fitting into a so-called bikini body was the last thing on my mind. It hadn't even occurred to me until that moment. And then it was all I could think about. And I think it was affecting that much more because I knew I'd have to come here tonight and pose for all of you, and that all of you would be drawing me. And so that made me feel really self-conscious. And I've been doing this for a long time. I've posed nude before, which sounds really scary, but it was actually a great experience. And I've never felt so self-conscious. I've actually felt really safe and comfortable in that environment. And this is the first time that I feel like I should be checking my body and wondering if it looks the right way. And I actually remember the first time I modeled in an art class, and I just, I came in my little red dress, and when the class began, I removed it, and I was standing there naked in front of everyone. And, all that feeling self-conscious about my body over the years, and all that wondering, how my breasts should look, and how my pubic hair should look, and how to position myself in a way that didn't draw attention to those things, gone. Gone in an instant. And, all those preconceptions I had about the way my body should look, it didn't matter because the way I was presenting myself right then, that was the way I was supposed to look. I became an example. I became a model, as it were. And it made me realize that much more how important it is, the types of people we see on magazine covers and people who are celebrated, because even if you're not into celebrity culture, fashion, or all that stuff, we see these things again and again on the supermarkets and on television and street advertising. You can't really escape it. And it makes it seem as though they're showing what people are supposed to be like, people as an entity. And if you keep showing that same type of person over and over again, it makes it seem as though there's only one type. And if you don't belong to that type, well, too bad for you. And if you do belong to that type, well, you better work hard to maintain it for fear of no longer recognizing yourself in the world. And it reminded me of this time I went to this hammam in Paris. This beautiful, dimly lit, wet and warm Middle Eastern palace with all these naked women around me. And I was probably the youngest one there. They were all, different types of people, different backgrounds, different ages. And I found myself observing them and noticing, how their breasts were shaped differently or hung differently, or maybe they had like a smaller frame or a wider waist or more hair. And I found myself not criticizing or judging them or noticing them for the way they looked, but simply observing that, oh, that's what people look like. And this is what I look like. And not one of us is out of place.